Hey boys, welcome back to the channel where we're going to be going through some Cricket 24 news. Finally. It's funny, dude, because I haven't kept up to date at all with the, Cricket 24 or anything about it. And I made I've been making a couple of Cricket 22 videos and talking a little bit about it. And I said in those that I might have just missed, all this information about the game or like a trailer or anything, because the game literally releases in a couple of days, and I thought there was no way that I've just missed everything and they haven't released anything. But funnily enough, literally a couple of days later, there is coming some news. Let's just go back here for a second, because I just want to show you this, because there's a little video that I wanted just to react / talk about. I've watched it. I watched it quickly through the first time, but I wanted to just have a squiz through just for a video as well. But as you can see, content releases for Cricket 24 starting tomorrow. So this was yesterday, and excited that we can finally release content for Cricket 24 starting today and daily up until launch. So day one, which will be the video we're about to look through, is the dev diary video. Day two will be screenshots. Day three, teaser video and screenshots, and then day four, game launch and trailer. Gotta be honest, I love Big Ant Studios, bro. I do, but it's a little bit concerning that they have this is all that they're releasing. What? This is insane. And also just a couple of days before it releases, because the game was already pushed back. It was meant to release a month ago. I can't even remember when it was meant to release, but we'll have a look at this video quickly and talk a little bit about what goes on. So let's go back. So this one is mainly to do with licensing and kits, and you'll see that through it. I'll pause it and discuss a few things, but let's have a quick squiz. So Ross here from Big Ant Studios, CEO.
Cricket 24 is the most heavily licensed cricket game. We spent years going around the world signing up the nations, from the majors to the minnows. For the first time ever.
So first and foremost, that is great. The licensing is next level in this game, because I remember, I don't know what cricket game it was, but it was definitely a couple of iterations back. And everyone, there's a lot of Indian cricket fans, and everyone in that side of the world was like, when is India going to get licensed, this and that, and really wanting it. And I'm pretty sure it was Ross that sort of said that it just wasn't going to be in a cricket game in the near future, because it was just such a massive task to get licensing done for Indian cricket. It was just so difficult to get done. So massive that they're able to do it. IPL and all that's going to be in the game, and plenty of I don't know exactly the number, but pretty much all the countries you would want, I think, are going to be licensed.
A cricket game goes global. It has a full calendar. So 1 minute you're playing the Caribbean.
We'll have a quick. So I got to say that, there's not too much you can do with a calendar, but this does look exactly like Cricket 22. It looks a little bit maybe sleeker. I don't know, but it's a calendar. I can't really. What else do you want? You see the player models here. The player models have always been pretty well. The player faces in the game have always been excellent, so they shouldn't really be anything worse, I would say.
1 minute you're playing the Caribbean, then you're playing the T20 in India, and then you're down for the Big Bash, up for the 100, maybe an Ashes, and then maybe time to start it all over again.
So yeah, he just talked about a little bit of the licensing and the game modes, which is good. It's sort of been the beauty of cricket games in the past. I know we will eventually get through the video, don't worry. But I'm going on a bit of a tangent here. But I know people want better licensing. I've got to be honest, as a fan of the games, I really wish they more just focused on gameplay and, you know, graphics to an extent, but just gameplay and game mode wise, and less with licensing, because they've got the fan hub. Like, you can boot up Cricket 22 now and literally update to get best, and you will play through the IPL and this and that. It won't be like properly licensed, yes, but people do a fantastic job. Obviously, it's very handy that they are introduced, but I gotta be honest, if they were gonna focus on one major issue, licensing wouldn't have been my highest priority. I think gameplay would have been, because if we look, I gotta say, like, the
Maybe time to start it all over again.
we'll just look at the, like, just look at this video. Like, I'm assuming this is Cricket 24, because why else? Like, it looks like Cricket 22, bro. Like, I know we're over the shoulder. It's not direct gameplay capture, but the bowling animation, the shot, I gotta be honest. I'm a little bit, I gotta be honest, dude. When I watched this for the first time, I was like, oh. And I've always been one as well to say that they can't, like, the game's not going to be completely different, obviously, but it looks very similar. And again, this is first impressions, but we're not, I mean, the problem is we're not going to get many more, like, actual gameplay videos before it releases, so we're going off the crumbs, I guess, as it is now. And just a few things.
The great thing with all these licenses in Korea.
We'll pause it while he talks here, but yeah, it just looks very, very brief though. Again, not trying to just tear it down or anything like that, but just a brief look, and that's all we got. So, you know, when we get a better look at the game and this and that, there could be some very big gameplay differences, I'm hoping, or not so much big differences, but just a lot of improvements, I would say. But let's have a look at
it allows the player to really experience each different format that you can have within the sport.
You've got your England.
So let's have a quick let's have a quick look at this
format that you can have.
So a little flick off the, I mean, that look nice. I'm trying to think if there's that animation. I know obviously there's been fucking you know, flick off the pad shots, but the leg raise at the end there, it looks a bit, I gotta say, like, as a lefty, that looks pretty good. I'm trying to think what Cricket 22 animation like that looks like, and the honestly, like, that shot off the pads was never really an issue. It was one of the better shots in the game, but that looks nice. I gotta say, I think that looks pretty okay. This next one here, does he try a helicopter? Like, that is, like, so Cricket 22. I'm sorry. That's so Cricket 22. Like, it's sort of like a half animation. Like, he goes to play a shot, but
in the sport,
it's just a bit weird. Obviously, it's bowled him. But that looks so Cricket 22. Again, I'm not trying to be too negative. But let's go.
England, Australia, West Indies, New Zealand. But this time round, yes, I get to play as a whole lot of the other nations.
Another thing that we've ramped up in Cricket 24 is adding a number of new licensed equipment. So we've got even more bat manufacturers, we've got pads.
Okay, so yeah, we'll skip a bit of this because they just talk about more licensing with the kits and stuff. And again, I'm like, yes, it is a nice little talking point, but, like, man, with the fan hub stuff, you literally downloaded players and you would get basically every single bat and pad design you could ever want in the game. So again, it is a nice talking point. It's good to have it. Like, it does save a lot of people a lot of work having to do, like, extra player designs and this and that. But yeah, I don't know. He just talks a bit more about sort of player likenesses and that. Is there more gameplay? We get a little bit of the players running out there. What's that for, like, the... I thought that looked pretty good. Nah, it looks okay. It's hard to tell. This is obviously the Big Bash here. Stadiums look good. I mean, that's a pretty again, a tough sort of look over the shoulder, pretty far back from the screen look, but the stadium looks pretty damn good. I think that looks pretty nice. So that looks like a decent improvement, I think. Don't think there's any other gameplay. So that's pretty much it. That's the little what they call a dev diary video. Again, the main talking point there was the improved licensing and this and that, which is good. Again, I'm not trying to talk down on that aspect. Again, a lot of people are going to be very happy that that's in the game from the get-go, because I guess that was the other thing. I guess that's the issue with it not being in, because if you look back at Cricket 22, it obviously takes people like quite a bit of time to get all the license or like make the IPL and the Caribbean Cup and all this sort of stuff in the game. Like, it takes a long time for them to add it to the fan hub. So on release, you don't actually get to play even with the ability to make them. You're not going to get to play through a career with all that being in the game. So with the better licensing from the get-go now, when you boot the game up on release day or a week after release day, you'll be able to actually play through a proper career mode, which is nice. It is very nice. But I got to say, a couple little aspects there were a little bit concerning, I would say, just for a potential, like, is it really just going to be like a bigger patch for Cricket 22? I really hope there's some pretty hefty improvements to gameplay. And it was a comment, I did read a comment here that, again, I don't know, not necessarily true, but they did sort of hint at the fact that they've sort of, like, they're releasing, like, not much. Like, from previous iterations, they're releasing like basically nothing, and they're releasing like a couple of days before the game releases. Very, like, honestly, it's very unlike Big Ant Studios, I gotta say, of sort of what they're doing. I'm sure there's reasons behind it, but the comment did sort of hint at like they might be doing that because of the fact that they know the game might, you know, look like just Cricket 22 and cop a bit of flack, which might be true. They might sort of know that, and they might know themselves that it's not just a copy and paste job. They know there's quite a bit of improvement, but on video footage and this and that before you play it, you might not really get a feel for the improvements, which can be true at the same time. So time will tell. Tomorrow we'll get some screenshots, which, I mean, it's good, I guess, but we'll see. Hopefully there's some exciting ones to talk about. I don't know, maybe some career mode screenshots that have a bit of depth or something. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this little update for Cricket 24. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, again, I'm being negative. Not just to tear it down or anything like that, but just from what we've seen, I got to be honest with it. But yeah, when we get a bit of a better and more gameplay, I guess, to look at, we'll get a better understanding of how it's going to play and feel. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.